Charles Manson, a name that continues to evoke shock and intrigue, was a notorious cult leader and convicted murderer. His name became synonymous with evil and manipulation due to his role in orchestrating a series of brutal murders in the late 1960s. This video delves into the chilling history of Charles Manson, exploring his troubled upbringing, the formation of the Manson family cult, and the infamous Tate LaBianca murders that forever marked his place in criminal history. Early life and troubled background. Charles Millis Manson was born on November 12, 1934, in Cincinnati, Ohio. His early life was marred by a tumultuous upbringing. Raised in a broken home, Manson had a troubled relationship with his mother, who often neglected him. He spent much of his youth in and out of correctional facilities, beginning a pattern of criminal behavior that would persist throughout his life. Charles Manson's troubled childhood and lack of stable parental figures contributed to his antisocial tendencies and penchant for manipulation. His early experiences in correctional institutions exposed him to criminal elements and laid the foundation for his future criminal activities. Formation of the Manson family. In the 1960s, Charles Manson formed a cult-like following known as the Manson Family. Manson used his charismatic personality and manipulative tactics to draw vulnerable individuals into his orbit. The Manson family was characterized by a toxic mix of free love, drug use, and Manson's distorted beliefs in an impending apocalyptic race war he called Helter Skelter. Manson's ability to charm and exert control over his followers was key to the formation and sustenance of the Manson family. Many of his followers were young, impressionable individuals searching for meaning and purpose in the countercultural atmosphere of the era. Manson exploited their vulnerabilities and indoctrinated them with his twisted worldview. Manson's cultural significance. Charles Manson's notoriety extended beyond his criminal actions, making him a cultural symbol of the dark underbelly of the 1960s counterculture movement. Manson and his followers represented a warped reflection of the era's ideals of peace, love, and freedom. The Manson family's crimes shattered the idyllic image associated with the hippie movement, leaving a lasting impact on popular culture and challenging the notion of free love. Manson's name became synonymous with the dark side of the 1960s, representing the dangerous extremes that could arise from disillusionment and the search for belonging. The Tate LaBianca murders. The most infamous and heinous acts associated with Charles Manson and the Manson family were the Tate LaBianca murders. On the night of August 8, 1969, Manson ordered a group of his followers to carry out a series of gruesome killings. The first target was the home of actress Sharon Tate, where she and 4 others, including her unborn child, were brutally murdered. The following night, Manson's followers struck again, killing Leno and Rosemary LaBianca in their Los Angeles home. The Tate LaBianca murders shocked the nation and sent waves of fear throughout society. The sheer brutality of the killings and the senselessness of the victims' deaths added to the shocking nature of the crimes. These acts of violence were intended to incite fear and chaos, as Manson believed they would trigger the race war he envisioned. Manson's motive and trial. Manson's motive for the murders was to incite fear and chaos, hoping to ignite the race war he believed would arise from the violent conflict between different racial groups. He intended to use the murders to frame the black community and create an atmosphere of unrest. Manson and several members of the Manson family were arrested and put on trial for the murders. The trial of Charles Manson and his followers captivated the nation. The courtroom became a stage for Manson's manipulative behavior and erratic antics. He carved an X into his forehead, which later became a swastika, symbolizing his twisted beliefs. Manson and his followers were eventually convicted of first-degree murder, and he received a death sentence that was later commuted to life imprisonment when California abolished the death penalty in 1972. Manson's influence on criminal psychology. Charles Manson's case sparked significant interest and study within the field of criminal psychology. His ability to manipulate and control individuals to commit heinous acts raised questions about the psychological dynamics of cults, the power of charismatic leaders, and the susceptibility of vulnerable individuals to manipulation. Researchers and experts continue to analyze Manson's case to gain insights into the processes of coercion, group dynamics, and the psychology of followership. Manson's crimes serve as a chilling reminder of the potential dangers of charismatic influence and the complex factors that can contribute to individuals falling under the sway of manipulative leaders. Legacy and cultural impact. The Manson murders and the subsequent trial captivated the nation, leaving an indelible mark on popular culture. Manson's ability to manipulate his followers and the brutality of the crime shocked society, leading to a heightened public fascination with cults and the dark side of human psychology. Manson's notoriety continued to grow over the years, with books, documentaries, and films dedicated to examining his crimes and the psychology behind them. The Manson family's crimes exposed the dangers of charismatic cult leaders and the vulnerability of individuals who are susceptible to manipulation. The Manson case also shed light on the complexities of criminal responsibility, as Manson never directly participated in the murders but exerted significant influence over his followers. This raised questions about the blurred lines between manipulation, coercion, and personal agency. Conclusion. Charles Manson's name is forever associated with one of the darkest chapters in American criminal history. His ability to manipulate and control vulnerable individuals, leading them to commit heinous acts, remains a chilling testament to the power of charismatic persuasion and the potential for evil within the human psyche. Manson's twisted ideology and the brutal murders he orchestrated continue to serve as a stark reminder of the depths of human depravity and the enduring fascination with those who embody it. The Manson case has left an indelible impact on the collective consciousness, reminding us of the dangers of blind devotion and the capacity for evil that resides within even the most seemingly ordinary individuals. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to show us some love by giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. Stay tuned for our next video.